Okay, it is 7:08 and you guys are live.
Welcome everyone. My name is Shannon McHugh and I'd like to call to order the meeting on this may just be a workshop if we don't have a quorum, but currently the meeting for the Community Relations and Human Rights Commission for the City of Oneonta. First things first, as always, thank you, Carrie, for all that you do. We appreciate you. And thank you, Joyce Miller, for all that you do behind the scenes. So first thing is first, as I was mentioning, we may not make quorum, but we will do roll call and hope some people may stagger in. So I guess we'll start. Luke Murphy. Here, Carol.
Here.
Here, Joyce Miller.
Here.
Shannon McHugh, I'm here. Marty is excused for this evening, so we're either waiting on Frank or Paul. So last meeting was also a workshop. Joyce sent out an email with our minutes from July and then our workshop minutes, what we did talk about during that meeting, even though we didn't have a quorum. Did everyone get them? Everyone who's got them? Okay. Yes. Thank you, Joyce, for sending those out. So we'll get some minutes in a little bit. I guess first up is petitioners or guests, and I don't see any. So we're good on that. Correspondences. Has anybody had any correspondences since we last spoke? Nobody? Joyce, have you had anything? Oh, Joyce is okay. So actually I got an email from Jocelyn, who is at Job Corps, if we all remember. So Jocelyn Plows was actually asked to be the EEO officer for Job Corps. And she emailed me asking if there were any trainings that we could offer for them. All the trainings that I've created are currently geared towards other aspects. I would have to create something, like something completely towards them. I don't really I have background, but not that much background in what she's specifically asking for. So I think I'm going to do some research and see if I can spread into that area a little bit. Does anybody have experience with trainings in that department?
What specifically did she ask for, Shannon?
Just that, I'll read the email. She said, "Hey there, Shannon. I've been asked to be the staff EEO officer for Oneonta Job Corps. I was wondering if there's any trainings that the Human Rights Commission could offer."
I used to go up and do trainings, usually for Red Ribbon Week, on substance abuse and stuff like that. I don't have anything specifically for our mission, but usually I custom tailored each training anyhow.
Which is what I try to do. It's a different group than I'm normally tailored to, so I would have to obviously do some research before I felt comfortable creating something. But I thought I'd put it out there, see if anyone has experienced. Luke?
What?
I don't personally have experiences doing workshops in this particular field. Unless we're talking about history, in which case we're probably not. But I'd be happy to work with you to see if we can maybe if you could email her back and see if she's looking for something a little more specific, like anti-bias training or sensitivity training, things like that. that might be helpful.
Okay.
I think an interesting training right now, given the political situation, would be some type of community relations and outreach training, giving people some types of ideas about how they can interact with the community that they're in, because Job Corps does a lot of projects and helping, yeah. But in terms of actually interacting with individuals within the community, they don't do a ton of that, and it would be great right now if we could foster something like that.
I invite Job Corps to everything, and they come to everything. So they've come to film studies, they come to parades, they come picnics, right. Everything that I've offered, they've come to. So I think, with the pandemic, it's, everybody's been dealing with things differently. But I did write down that idea. I think I'm going to ask her for like something more specific. Unless Joyce, are you magically hiding training?
No. And my mind was on something else. Tell me again, Jocelyn has been promoted, did you say?
Yeah. So she's been asked to be the EEO officer for the Oneonta Job Corps. It's the staff. Hold on, let me pull up the email again. My phone is silly. But she was asking if we could provide trainings for that. It's for staff, not for youth.
Oh, for staff. For staff. Oh, that's totally different.
Right, is what I'm saying. So it's Equal Employment Opportunity Office. She's been asked to be the Equal Opportunity Employment Officer I'm sorry, I said it backwards. You get what I'm saying though. But it's for staff, not the youth. And we have been doing
that. Sorry.
Yeah. I actually was contacted by a financial firm after the Cooperstown protest. And I've been speaking with them a little bit about creating a workshop for them. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe I can roll that in together. But like I said, first, if that goes well, and it comes out like I hope, then it might be something we might be able to tailor and offer to them. But I think this goes back to where I probably should be like keeping trainings in a space so that we can, access them and offer them versus, I like to tailor them to everyone, but they're very similar. So I figured I'd put it out there, share that she contacted us, and see where everyone was at or had any suggestions. So
if I say Network for Good, isn't that an organization that works with nonprofits and helps them with all kinds of situations in the nonprofit world? It's a local. Do I have the right name?
Network for
I get emails from them all the time.
I've never heard of it.
Well,
Tenfold?
No. All right, you keep going, and I'll look. I'll probably disappear from here in order to look at my emails to come up with the right name.
We don't mind, Joyce.
Okay, I can hear you. Just keep talking.
Okay, so that's, if nobody has any more correspondences, then, Luke.
Yeah, I have a temporary, oops, let me, one second. There we go. Okay. I had a semi-informal correspondence, but I think it has to do with the scope of the commission. And this actually happened last night. Someone in the city reached out. They were walking in Neoa Park and noticed the monument there dedicated to the Sullivan campaign, which was during the Revolutionary War. And some of the language on there is pretty overtly racist. I believe the term was Indian savagery was driven out of this land, something along those lines, and expressed their concerns about it. And I, unfortunately, have never seen that before. Well, I guess fortunately, because it's not very flattering. So I am doing some research into seeing what we can do to kind of address this. It's set, the idea of Native Americans being savage as well as being gone and dead are two very, very harmful stereotypes of that community, especially when there's still many Native Americans living among us. The Haudenosaunee have lived here for over 1,000 years, and I still have friends in that nation that live in the area. So they're not gone. People have not been driven out. Largely, yes. Sadly, yes. But the idea that folks of the First Nations or Native Americans are gone is one that's very harmful. And referring to them as savage, any group of people as savage is I don't think it's right, and I'm uncomfortable with it. So I'm looking to see what we can do to kind of address it, whether it's having kind of a dialogue or a talk. I've been in talk with a couple of folks that
September 18th.
Oh, I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. Yes, so that's the thing. Sorry, that is something that came up. It wasn't necessarily for the commission, but I felt that it kind of felt within our mission.
Right.
I gotta find a calendar.
It's odd. That's a fairly modern monument, isn't it?
I was told that it potentially might be from 1912. So okay. it's a plaque is what it is. It's on a rock. But yeah, I'm not sure the ownership of if it's city property, if it's owned by the Daughters of the American Revolution.
You need your email.
The signage is apparently kind of relatively common in the area. Sadly, because it's pretty overtly racist. Go ahead.
Lou Lansing is the head of the Parks Department. She would probably be very open to taking that, bringing that up to the Parks Commission and having it removed or changed.
Yep. Yes. So
Oh, you're not getting anything off the link?
Oops.
Yeah, no, I appreciate. Thank you, Carol. Yes, I've been emailing, and I think this actually started around 10 o'clock last night, so I haven't delved too deeply into it, but it's something that is on my radar, very, very freshly on my radar. So thank you.
Yeah, so I definitely get comments over the years about how the seal of Oneonta, some people do take note with that. And then also on the side of the building, there's like a Native American portrait where
on Chestnut Extension there, is it?
Yeah, across from Yellow Deli.
Yep.
Yeah. That's Cynthia Marsh's mural. People take exception to that?
I've had people mention about why do they have guns versus what they might have normally had versus the guns. But I mean, it's in historical context, right? So she took it from something, just like this rock and whatever its quotes are were taken in its historical time, But I think the whole Native American theme or the, Native theme that the city has, like with the seal and this rock and other pieces, there are people who are questioning it and wonder why we can't evolve and do something else and do it a little differently. Joyce, do you want to say something? Oh, you're muted. Okay.
He's on the phone with Paul. He's trying to get into the meeting.
Okay.
I had trouble too. I had to re-sign up for Zoom.
I love us. We're such a crew. Okay. Thank you, Luke. I appreciate you bringing that up. And it's something we'll definitely keep talking about. So just real quick, Luke, are you going to contact Parks Department?
Yes, I'm happy to do that.
Okay, awesome. One more thing for you to do, Luke. Okay. Anybody else new business? No. Okay. or correspondence, I'm sorry. Announcements. Does
Okay,
anybody
Shannon.
have any announcements?
Okay.
Yeah.
You set, Paul? I did look up, and it is Network for Good that I was thinking of. And it's an organization that particularly works with nonprofits in all phases. They help set up health insurance, and they have workshops for the nonprofits on different topics. So they might be a resource for equal unemployment people, because I'm sure in nonprofits you get that question raised.
Okay, maybe I'll try to reach out to them. Job Corps is not a non-for-profit, so but maybe coming from the city, they'll be more apt to help with some information. Joyce, did they have an email? Or
yes,
did they
Network for Good.
Okay.
.com, all lowercase.
Okay. Wait, networkforgood.com? Oh, that's their webpage. Okay.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're wanting an email. That's their website. All right.
I'll just go on their website. It's fine. But maybe because I reach out from the city, I can, maybe they'll assist me a little bit. They're out doing good works, so I would imagine we can talk with them a little bit. Is this Paul over here? Did he call in? Paul, are you here?
Hey, can you hear me now?
There he is.
Yay, Paul.
Okay. I've had technical problems on my end, but I'm in.
Awesome. I feel like I
Okay.
just saw you.
What's that?
I feel like I just saw you, Paul.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So we have a quorum now.
Good.
We are at correspondences and announcements. So if you have anything you'd like to mention.
Nope, I looked at the minutes. They look fine. I'm in.
We're next. That's next. So real quickly, we have the approval for the minutes from July. So if we want to speak on that first, because those are actual minutes. Carol, Joyce, Paul, and myself, if any or one would like to go ahead and approve the minutes from July. Or I'm
so
sorry.
moved.
Approve the minutes from July.
Can you tell I'm new? Okay. Yes, so minutes in July. All those in favor of moving the minutes from July.
Wait. We need a second first.
Okay.
Paul moved it. Who seconded? Carol?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. All those in favor of moving the July minutes? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Abstentions? Nobody, yay. Okay, so July minutes are finally passed. Now on to August. We had a workshop. And I say that because we didn't have a quorum. So I don't think we have to pass our workshop. Do we have to? I mean, we can.
No, of course not. No, if it's not a regular meeting, you don't have to have a quorum, or I should say, any passing of approval.
We could have just had fun. Okay.
Does anybody see any additions or corrections in them?
No.
No, I think that they were good.
Okay.
So I guess we'll kind of go into old business a little bit. And Paul, as per our workshop in August, by any chance, have you heard from Professor Montoya about the brochure?
No, but I don't realize any need for us to monitor progress on that, Shannon. I really think we should just let them do their thing. When they're finished with it, then we can maybe react to it. But I don't think we're supposed to monitor their progress as they do it. I think we gave them money to do it, period.
Okay.
What do you think?
I hear what you're saying. Sometimes people check in or send emails, so I was just asking.
Okay.
Yeah. They were having some students work on it, right, Paul? So that's going to be difficult right now.
Right. But I'm sure they'll do
great job.
Problems with the COVID-19 situation, but I mean, we pretty much said that they should go ahead and do the project, and they'll do it at their pace when they can. And I don't think really we have to worry about staying on top of their month-by-month progress.
Okay, so I'm all down for taking it off of the minutes. Is that okay, Joyce? Are we good on that?
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm the last time we talked about the new police review board. Luke, I don't know if you have anything inside information on that, but it has not begun yet, and I haven't heard anything.
No, I have not either. I do know that in the time, and unfortunately in the time since we've met last, the outbreak at the college has really kind of consumed a lot of the city's resources. At last count, I believe with the Hartwick students involved, we're at over 700 or right almost at 700. So I think a lot of the city's resources have been dedicated to that. So unfortunately, I haven't heard anything going forward about the advisory board.
Yeah, like I figure everyone's like us. We're working with old business. There's not much new business. Hopefully, as things open back up and people get out, we'll have some new stuff to work with. We can get back to things we used to do. But so we did speak on the police review board in the workshop. Talked about who's on it. Luke Murphy is on it. Yay. Okay. So I guess let's continue. There's not really, we also spoke about Chief Brenner's letter to the newspaper, and briefly about the video that the mayor had put out. But honestly, since August, not much has shifted. So if people don't have anything to add.
Well,
go ahead, Joyce.
I just have a question. Since you've been in contact with Job Corps, are they running full speed now? I say that because I haven't noticed the kids volunteering anywhere as Main Street has been closed.
I would be lying. I don't believe so, but I would have to ask Jocelyn specifically. I will ask her. The only thing I've been asked, like per training wise, is this staff email, not for youth yet. And I kind of thought, like, you know, when that opens back up, that's an email that I would get. So, but I'll ask specifically.
I was just curious.
Okay. So if we don't have anything new, nobody has anything to add. That's all that we really have. Joyce, unless you have anything else you would like to bring to the good of the order.
No, it's probably a little too soon to know if the city's still going to try to do a Christmas parade or anything over the holidays. I think they're probably waiting to see how this COVID plays out in the county and stuff before making any of those kind of plans. Right, Carol?
I got the sense from Chief Brenner that things will be canceled through the end of the year, but we've been throwing ideas around at first night and, asking Destination Oneonta about maybe trying to do some kind of a reverse parade where the people drive down Main Street and the entertainment or the dance groups or the businesses that throw candy will be stationed socially distanced apart and maybe hand things in or entertain the kids through the windows of their cars. So it's something Leaf and First Night is working on, and we're trying to get Destination Oneonta involved, but we haven't quite made a decision about whether that's practical, doable, wise. So we're going to try and figure that out by the end of this month and announce it in the beginning of October if we think we can get that organized.
No.
Hi, Joy.
How are you?
Good. She misses stuff, boy. She's like, when's the picnic? When is it? I'm like, I'm sorry. There's 0 picnics. None. None. No parades, no picnics, none.
Yeah. It's tough. We'd all love to do something.
The kids are so used to having those.
What's that?
The kids are so used to that. It's such like a stable piece for them. Like we have this parade and we have this thing. There's, there's a lot happening here, but like not a ton. Like we look forward to those same things every year. So it's hard to just be like, yeah, there's nothing.
Well, if we could get a model where people, because there are a lot of festivals of lights where you get in your car and you drive through and you see all different lights. So if we could somehow, position the giant puppets and do lights and do candy in the window and have the cosmic fire guys on a street corner and have people driving by. If we could figure out a model for it, you could do that for the Halloween parade and the Santa parade and the First Night parade, or at least it would be something. But I brought it up to our board meeting and everybody, Chief Brenner's on our board. And so, he wasn't opposed, but we just have to think about how hard that's going to be and what our chances of success are. Also, nobody's donating money because of COVID either. So, we have a very small budget to spend on First Night events this year. So we're going to try and figure it all out by October. But what do you guys think? Do you think it's a good idea, or do you think it's better to just give it up till next year?
I love that you're taking all these negatives and you're actively trying to reframe them as positives. You're completely thinking outside the box. Yeah. I love that you're working on this. It's going to be interesting, whatever you do work out, especially, it's like when it's a group like Leaf, that you guys can be pretty consistent when you rely on other people to. Right. I was kind of talking a little bit, even to Naya about maybe we could get people to be on a map of who is going to hand out candy on Halloween. And then that way they can commit to it and the kids can know where to go and they can stay distant and what have you. But then you're relying on people doing what they're going to say. And, I get that the governor's not canceling Halloween, but now we're just, you're going to randomly walk up to houses. I don't know. But
You are still going out?
I definitely think you have good ideas, Carol.
Yeah. Well, we have a few reliable people like Friends Recovery, Club Odyssey, Leaf, First Night. We've got a half dozen people we could count on to hand out candy. And we could hire entertainment to be, distanced on street corners. And we could get the First Night board to do the puppets. But, it would be a lot of work. So we're thinking about it.
Yeah. I know that
I honestly believe.
Oh, Paul? And
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I thought you were talking. I was going to say, Carol, I believe that if anyone's going to get it done, it's you. Honestly.
Oh, thanks. I don't know if that's a vote honestly or
I'm very serious. No, it sounds good though. As you're saying that, I'm thinking like, oh, well, what if we had the businesses on Main Street opened up later on so that they're a good distance apart, and then we pace people down Main Street. We shut Main Street down for other things. We keep people off.
Well, that's what it would be. The people who are attending would actually be the parade driving down Main Street. So, yeah.
Definitely email us about that, please.
Okay.
We'll be meeting before, but I'd like to know how that's going, if that's okay.
Okay, good.
Honestly,
because maybe we could be one of the groups.
It's good. I can get started.
Handed out candy. Okay. Yeah, we're actively working on it. So
I won't hold you to anything. I feel like Paul keeps trying to talk. Paul, are you good?
Yeah, I can sometimes not exactly hear everything that's said, but I'm okay.
Okay. Real quickly, I did speak with Carrie sorry to call you out, Carrie. Okay. I did speak with Carrie about having the meeting outside. Not that it's an impossible task. We would have to have hand sanitizer, disinfectant. We would have to have a way to record and make the meeting available to anybody who wouldn't, want to come out or wasn't able to come out. We'd all have to maintain social distancing protocols. And seeing that our meeting is going to be in the end of October, our next meeting, kind of thinking like, maybe this is something that if this continues, maybe in the spring, we could be down for outside meetings. Because I don't know if you remember, Paul, but we had that meeting in the rain.
In the parking lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the parking lot in the rain.
We had a First Night meeting at the large pavilion in the park at Neowa Park, and it was great.
Yeah, I've been there for a day.
Yeah, I think that it's getting a little chilly.
Yeah, it's a little chilly now, but when better weather returns, if we're still in this situation, I would say let's consider it.
And also, I mean, we're not, we don't typically get petitioners or, when we have guests, we've asked them to come, so we know they're coming. So it might be something we can work out, to be outside. Oh, apparently Smudge is here. Okay. I guess we're good. Carol, awesome. I can't wait to hear how it goes.
Yeah, well, part of my problem is I'm only working at least 2 days a week anymore. I'm part-time now, so it's hard to organize a huge event like that.
Absolutely.
You're part-time.
Absolutely. Awesome. So any final words? Luke Murphy? Nothing?
I don't think so. No. I think we're good. I think I'm good. I don't want to speak for everybody.
Yep. Good.
Joyce, how are you doing?
I'm good.
All right. Carol, are you good?
Yep.
Paul, are you good?
I'm fine.
Okay. So I think that's all we have for right now. I will schedule our meeting for October with Carrie. And please feel free to email myself or Joyce, or actually any of us. I'm sure it would be helpful if you have any correspondence or anybody touches base with you. And we'll see you guys in October.
Sounds good. Okay, Shannon. Good stuff.
Sounds good. Take care, everybody.